Hello. Good evening. Welcome to Who Dares Wins. Well, we're lucky enough to have with us in the studio this evening We're lucky enough to have with us in the studio.
Hands on head. Camera's over here. Hey, you, camera over here. Right, and keep calm. Don't panic. We just dropped in to point out that this so-called show has absolutely nothing to do with the Special Air Service.
Right. The SAS would not get involved with such light entertainment dribble.
Exactly.
And anyway, we weren't asked.
If we had been asked...
Which we weren't.
We'd probably been too busy with our busy schedule.
Yeah. Yomping across the Falklands.
Storming the Iranian embassy.
Yeah. Storming the Libyan embassy.
If we'd been asked.
Which we weren't.
But I'm afraid the loss is yours.
Absolutely.
Keep your hands on your heads, come on.
You see, Captain Osborne and I do a pretty mean line in impersonations.
Ah! That's my impersonation of somebody being shot.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Ah! Norman Wisdom being shot.
Yeah, no, oh, goes. Oh, no, so, yeah, no. Oh, go, no, yeah, no. Oh, dear, no.
Frankie Howard.
Being garroted.
Spooky! But tonight, these talents have been overlooked.
If we had been asked...
Which we weren't.
We might even have taken off our balaclavas.
Which we won't. Instead, tonight, I shall be scaling the walls of a suburban home. My face blackened. No thought for personal safety. I shall burst through the window, and I shall yell at the occupant to lie flat on the floor and not to move a muscle. Now, fortunately, I married a woman who likes that sort of thing.
How is Jennifer?
Very well.
Is she good?
Lefty, carry on.
As you know, tomorrow sees the 4th London Marathon, and we're lucky enough to have with us in the studio tonight Mr. Terry Prescott, who's going to simulate for us the entire 26-mile run. Hello, Terry.
Hi.
Now, you've been running for about 2 hours now, haven't you?
Yeah.
And that run is the equivalent of how far?
About 16 miles, Tone.
Right, and how are you feeling?
Fine, Tone,
Good.
fine.
Good. Now, the rules of the marathon forbid you from wearing any sensible clothing, right?
Sorry?
You're dressed as a chicken.
I always dress as a chicken.
Well, you're doing very well. Have you had to do any extra running to train up for the marathon?
Oh, yeah. 10 miles a day every morning before breakfast.
Now, that sounds pretty tough.
Not really, it just means I don't get breakfast till 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
What about food? Have you been on any special diet?
Yeah, pasta, Guinness, baked beans, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I thought so. We'll be coming back to Terry later in the programme to find out how he's going. But now, Julia.
Hello. I'm the girl in the show.
Hello, love, Mo.
Oh, hello, love.
Hello,
There
sweetheart. Well, that's it.
Why?
They're closing
What's
down
the
the
matter?
pit,
What's
aren't they? They're
happened?
closing down the pit.
Oh, no.
Gonna make us all redundant. I tell you what, though. We're gonna teach those bastards a lesson they won't forget. We're gonna man those picket lines day and bloody night.
Bearing in mind that democracy is based on the rule of law, ain't that?
Aye. June,
Yes, love.
who's he?
Oh, he's our son.
All right. Eating?
Nick?
June,
Yes, love.
I can't remember ever having a son.
Well, police brought him round this morning. Apparently he went missing 25 years ago and they've only just traced our address.
Oh! It's great to be home, Dad. Dad, you know where your mate's down the picket line?
Aye.
What are their full names and addresses?
Tea up in half an hour, love.
No, I can't wait that long, love. Lads down pit are waiting for me. Oh. I just grab a sandwich.
Where are you going, Dad?
I'm going to the bread bin.
A bread bin, eh?
Aye.
And exactly what is the purpose of your visit?
I'm going to get some bread.
I'm afraid I can't allow that, Ted.
Hey?
Well, how do I know you're not going to cause a disturbance down there, eh?
At the bread bin?
No, just don't get excited.
I'm not getting excited.
Be sensible.
It's my
Turn
house.
back the way you came.
Hang on, love.
And everything will be all right.
Hey?
You're nicked.
June.
WPC Wilkins, actually, sir.
But we've been married for 25 years.
Patience is the essence of police work, sir. We knew you'd try something eventually. Name?
Well, but June, I mean...
Oh, come on, none of that business, Sonny. Just give me your name, your full...
Where do you think you're going, eh?
Where you going? June? Supposed to be going over there for the next sketch.
Well, next sketch, we'll right this time, but don't try and think silly, all right?
And now it's time for the Wheel of Libel!
Yes, the Wheel of Libel, ladies and gentlemen, on which we put the names of 12 famous people. What we're going to do is we're going to give the wheel a little spin, and the person whose name comes up here will be the subject of gratuitous, unprovoked, and totally libelous attack.
I wonder who it will be, Rory.
Well, we've got a lot of good ones up there. Torval and Dean.
Princess Michael of Kent, the royal with the common touch.
Yeah.
Right, well, without further ado, let's spin that wheel!
Well, this is exciting.
Hope it's Tiny Roland.
I don't know why it's called Tiny. He weighs 16 stone, you know.
Yeah, apparently he's got a very small readership.
James the First is up there.
Yeah, bloody Jacobites.
We've got a couple living in our street, you know, dreadful people they are. Oh, who's it going to be? Oh, look at this. It's Leon Britton.
Ah, great Leon Britton.
How about that?
Thatcher's hitman, eh?
Yeah, give him the works, Tony.
Right,
Give him the
chief
works.
architect of the police state we've got you this time, Leon, son.
Very powerful man, of course.
Yeah, well, that's what makes this item so important and relevant.
True. And he probably wouldn't sue anyway.
Let him try. Just try, Leon, right?
Yeah, exactly. You can afford it, can't you?
Yeah, right.
So he takes every penny you've got. Who cares? The important thing is we have a go at him.
Rory, you're so terrific at sight reading. I think maybe that if you tell the joke, it'd be much punchier.
Okay. Leon Britton is so revolting that he must be the large mound of residue left over when you boil down 4 gallons of camel shit for 2 hours.
Right on.
According to Tony Robinson. Good guess.
Let's see who's in the access box.
Hello. I just pop in to say how much I love your country. I have been here many times. I am, how you say, an Anglophile. But why you Anglos make so much of fuss just because we French tell you where to stick your silly excursion card passes? Restrain your horses, won't you, Tommy? We French know how it is important to restrict the floods of you English, especially since this week when you're being produced at the rate of 4 from every test tube. You English put the mass into masturbation, eh? No, but seriously, we know how careful we must be about letting all you foreigners into our country. Since now it is many years, but we have never forgotten the terrible mistake we made over Petula Clark. Hein? Exactement. C'est fini now, okay? Terminé.
How was it for you, darling?
Oh, it's great. It's really good. How about you?
Terrific. How was it for you, Martin?
It was terrific for me, love. So that's the foreplay scene over.
Right.
Okay. So now we come to the climax.
Yeah.
So what I want from you, love, is a long, deep, passionate orgasm.
No problem.
Okay, quiet please, we're going for one. Okay, turn over.
Running, spark it.
2, 4, 1, take 1, and wait for it, and action.
Gosh! Golly! Hooray!
Cut!
Yippee! Oh, tally-ho! Crumbs! Whoa! Wow! Wee!
Cut. What are you doing, love?
I was doing doing an orgasm.
Is that what you sound like when you're,
Well, this is really embarrassing, actually. But I've never actually had one, so I don't know what it sounds like. But I've got a friend who had one last April. At least she thinks she did. I mean, I could phone her. She's on the phone. I've got the number here. I could phone her now.
Sweetie. If I can be of assistance.
please do, love.
Okay. Well, obviously I've heard lots of female orgasms
Sure.
in my time, and they invariably sound like this. Okay.
That's a yawn, love.
Sorry.
A yawn.
Is it? Is that a yawn?
Yeah, afraid so, mate.
Oh.
Now, take it from me, love. The sound they make is sort of like, ow, ow, ow.
No, where you been? That goes on.
That's the bed. That's the bed.
Come on, come on, come on. Are we making pictures or what? The sound of a female orgasm is like this.
No, I don't think
That's
so.
a kettle.
It is not a kettle.
Do you want to go and
It's the sound of a woman.
Give us your rendition of a female orgasm.
Which one?
How many have you heard? How many have you heard?
Depends where I am.
Oh, you mean Yorkshire or in bed?
Limehouse or?
You ever had one in Limehouse?
No, I've only been here half an hour.
And you haven't had an orgasm yet? Actually, perhaps we'll go on to this gentleman here. So, if you just give us your rendition of a female orgasm.
It's difficult. Which language you
It's
prefer?
difficult.
Yeah.
Is that what they
Which
say?
language
When
would you
they...
like?
Rory, I don't think we can spend any more time on this. I wonder whether female viewers at home could help us. We'd like you to send in tapes of your orgasms to Any Orgasms, Who Dares Wins, Limehouse Studios, London, East 14, 9SJ.
Oh, and please, just cassettes, no samples. All right?
And now, religion.
Jesus Christ. What was he really like? Today, perhaps, that question is answered with the announcement of the most amazing archaeological breakthrough, perhaps, of all time. The discovery of the Diary of Christ. Dr. James Simpson, you are convinced that these ancient manuscripts are, in fact, pages from the Diary of Christ?
Yes, indeed. Here, for example, is the title page. You can see it's in Hebrew, and its authenticity is, I think, absolutely unquestionable.
Well, perhaps you could read some of it out to us for us now in translation, and then we can all hear for the first time some of the inner thoughts of Jesus.
Certainly. It reads, "This diary belongs to J. Christ, the carpenter's shop, Nazareth in Galilee,
I see. So
Israel, the Roman Empire, the earth, near the moon, the universe."
Well, perhaps we could take a look at some of the extracts themselves over
Certainly.
here.
I've brought along some of the more fascinating ones. Here, for example, January the 3rd, got up, weather hot, played, went to bed. And here, January the 4th, got up, weather hot, played, went to bed.
Yes, that is fascinating. I
Yes.
hope you could see that at home. Dr. Simpson, now some people might possibly argue that those extracts you've just read out don't actually conclusively prove that this diary is Christ.
Well, I think that these entries here, for example, will dispel any lingering doubts. For example, here, April the 4th, amazing. Mum told me that Dad isn't my real dad. I asked who was, and she told me a very funny story. April the 5th here, amazing. Dad believes the very funny story.
Are there any extracts here that relate directly to the Christ we know so well from the scriptures?
Oh, yes, for example, here, June the 2nd, got up, weather hot, went to wedding, turned water into wine. And here, June the 3rd, stayed in bed all day with lousy head.
That is extraordinary.
Yes.
That is extraordinary.
And over here, September the 22nd, for example, got up, weather hot, went for a walk on river. And here, September the 23rd, weather even hotter, tried to go for a swim, but kept banging head on the surface of the water.
Something, in fact, that isn't even mentioned in any of the Gospels.
Oh, quite so.
Dr. Simpson, is there one extract here that you feel proves it more than anything else that this diary is actually the diary of Christ?
Oh, well, yes, I was rather hoping you'd ask that. This is my favourite down. This little fragment, the smallest, in fact, is the last page of the manuscript, and it's, in fact, in a different hand, interestingly enough. And it reads, by hook or by crook, I'm the last in your book, signed, J. Iscariot.
This is Damien Davidson in Toxteth, and even as I speak, the police are under attack from a group of rioters who, as you can see, are hurling bottles, stones, anything they can. And a policeman over there has just been hit in the face by a brick. I'll see if I can get across. Yeah, this constable here has just been smashed in the face by a fairly heavy brick, and I'm going to ask him what it feels like. Excuse me, you've just been hit in the face by a brick. Can you tell us how it feels? Is it a numbing pain, would you say, or a blinding sensation? Look, he's got blood on his face. I've got some on my hands here. I don't know if you can see. Oh, you can see that. Okay. Do you think the police should be issued with stronger visors? Well, obviously. And a projectile has just laid out my sound technician. Yeah. A projectile has just laid out my sound man. Are you all right, Tom? How does it feel?
Get me to hospital.
Everything got black. Your whole life flashing in front of you. What's it like?
Get me to hospital.
Not till you tell us how it feels to be laid low by a stray projectile, to be an innocent victim of the street anarchy. My cameraman has just been hit by a petrol bomb. He's blazing like a human torch. You can't see it, of course, because he's dropped his camera. I'll see if I can... Phil! Can you see if you can keep going for a minute? Keep blazing away, Phil. Oh... He's gone out. Never mind. I'll just see if I can prop up this. Yeah. This is Damien Davidson in Toxteth, finding out what it's like.
I don't like that style on me at all. I prefer the more sort of baggy look, you know, blues on. Like they have on men. No! You know, that we saw in the shop last Saturday. That's right. Now then, sir, if you'll just go over there, I'll be with you in a minute, okay? Hello, dear, you still there? Over there! I think so, I do. Right, what's it to be?
Just a trim, I
How
think.
about a wash and blow dry?
Well, exactly what does that entail?
Oh, it's very simple. You just go over there and we jam your head back over a basin, and our new junior, you know, the one with the sniff, she sort of washes your hair all in alternately freezing cold and boiling hot water, which runs down your neck and soaks your vest. And then we ask you if you want a cup of coffee, but before you've got time to drink it, we hoik you back here, and I fart about me blow dry until you look faintly presentable, charge a bleeding fortune out you go, and the wind destroys it all in 2 seconds.
I think...
Or we could give you a shampoo and set.
Oh, what's that?
Well, we wind your hair really tightly round rollers till your head starts to throb. Then we stick you under the dryer for a couple of hours reading hairdressing magazines because we've forgotten about you. And the dryer burns a red ring round your neck and splits your ends. And it's then that we tell you that you've got what we call flyaway hair.
Well...
And the best thing for that is streaks.
Streaks?
Yeah, highlights. It's very simple. See, this kid on a yacht scheme comes along and rams a rubber bathing cap over your head and takes a sort of miniature boat hook and jabs it back through along with assorted bits of scalp and keeps on doing this until you end up looking like a fuzzy golf ball. Then I come along and wrap you all up in Bako foil and leave you to cook in a chair by the window so that complete strangers can come along and giggle and point at you. And then there's another session under the dryer, another red ring round the neck, and you end up looking the same as you do now, only older.
I think this time I'll just stick with the trim.
Oh, well, please yourself. All right?
Lovely.
My name's Sandra Catchpole. Well, I'm Sandy to be friends, you know. I don't suppose that really matters. No. Look, I'm worried about that man. Apparently, he's the most evil man in the country. He's confessed as much in the Daily Express, and yet they've let him be in charge of the miners. Now, I'm not a very religious person, but I don't think they should allow the most evil man in the country to have a job with so much responsibility. I think somebody ought to be doing something about it. I mean, it's what we've got the Archbishop of Canterbury for, isn't it? To deal with evil, ranting demons. I think he should go up to Yorkshire and wave his wobbly stick at him until he vomits up all his green bile, like in that film. I can't remember the name of it. I think the sight of their leader writhing around on the floor and hissing and being sick would make the miners see sense. At least that's what I think. I've finished now. Do I just walk out? Thank you very much.
Right. I'll tell you something else as well.
What?
This country is falling apart.
Oh, why?
Have you seen the Daily Express today?
No.
Exactly. There's too much violence in this country.
Yeah. What this country needs is a bloody good war.
Right.
You don't get mugged during a war.
You're right. You get bombed, though, don't you?
Oh, yeah, but I mean,
yeah.
at least you know where the bombs are coming from.
Yeah.
They're coming from out the sky, you know.
Yeah.
They don't leap out from behind a dustbin and pinch your handbag, do they?
No.
Shouldn't carry a handbag then, should you? Do you think there's a God?
What?
Well, if there is a God, why are there all these muggings and bombings and rapings and looting?
Well, we're probably not the only planet on his patch.
Exactly. I mean, God, you know, he's probably got a whole chain of planets to look after.
Like Tesco's.
Exactly.
It wouldn't surprise me if we only get the divine once-over every other Tuesday.
This is it. In fact, between us three, I think planet Earth is something of a bit of a tax fiddle for God.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
If he pays any tax.
Right. Being self-employed, like, he probably gets knocked off.
Oh, yeah. He'll get travel and haircuts.
Yeah. Oh, and timber he'll get,
Timber.
and stationery.
Newspapers?
Don't be daft. God doesn't buy newspapers. He knows what's in the papers before the papers do.
Dickhead.
It's wonderful, though, isn't it, that all life stemmed from him?
Yeah, well, he made Adam and Eve, like, and Adam and Eve made all of us.
Very clever stuff. Yeah, I tell you what, though. Adam and Eve must have done some shagging.
What? Oh, yeah, hence the Big Bang Theory.
The Big Bang Theory, yeah.
What's it, this stuff?
Anything else?
No, that was lovely.
So, you got a special dispensation to enter Britain then, did you?
No, why?
Well, you're quicker than Zola Bad. Yes, when it comes to rental, we're always ready with a welcome.
If you have a fertility problem, Ovis is the womb rental firm for you. We have the womb to suit you, from the small, family-sized Susan to the luxurious and spacious Patricia, ideal for multiple births. Every model is serviced by our team of friendly experts after each delivery. If you can't have children, let us have them for you. From just £15 a day, plus labour. Ovis, the womb people.
We know how to make your sperm count.
You've probably wondered how TV presenters are able to talk for hours without forgetting their lines. Right. Well, some of the answers are here in this very studio, because tonight we're going to look at the Jimmy,
I'm sorry, everybody, to interrupt the show like this, but someone has to say something.
Jimmy,
I'm sorry. We are looking at Mr. Robertson here, doing an item, a rather bland item.
Jimmy,
The item that was originally planned has been edited. It's been censored.
It's not been censored.
It has been censored. Tony, it was a penetrative piece of satirical insight which I wrote concerning Princess Margaret and a gorilla. It was informative, it was original, it was incisive.
It was filthy.
It was filthy, Tony, but it was valid. But no, the grey men of Channel 4 said, you can't do it.
Jimmy, come on.
Any grey men from Channel 4 in tonight? Where are they? Oh, there's one over there. There he is. Hello, Dominic. You burnt any good books lately? Can we just... Legal department, ha! Can we just show this person for the kind of monster he is? Huh. You know, it was your sort, dommy baby, that did for Michelangelo. I don't like it, Michael. Can we have it in matte green, please? I'm sorry, Tony. I'm sorry. I just have to say it, you know? Mr. Robinson, bland item. Sop.
You've probably wondered how TV presenters are able to talk for hours without forgetting their lines. Well, some of the answers are here in this very studio, because tonight we're going to look at the technology of television itself. On the front of the camera into which I'm speaking is this little one-eyed monster called a teleprompt. I simply write the script, my charming secretary Helen types it onto a word processor, which then projects it onto the front of the camera here. Of course, you don't have to read off the teleprompt word for word, but they do say of Bob Hope that if you ask him what his name is, he needs a teleprompt before he can reply, you bastard, this'll teach you to walk out on me, love, Helen. The principle behind the 2 years of my life wasted teleprompt is very simple. The roller is set to rotate at a particular mooning after that cow Julia's speed like a pathetic puppy, and can be rotated faster or slower according to the reading speed of the fawning, winsome, pathetic little jerk with the tiny cock who's reading it. In addition, the words are blown up to 3 times their normal size. You could do with one of them, couldn't you? to ensure they can be clearly read. In order to guarantee the minimum I've been drinking all evening amount of lateral eye movement on the part of the now I'm taking some Mogadon presenter, the words are typed in a narrow band, so by the time you read this I'll be dead, in the centre and not at the sides of the picture. Simple when you know how, but quite ingenious. See you after the break.
Profession. So, ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome, please, Mr. Paul McCartney?
Hello.
Paul.
Yeah.
What can I say? Probably the greatest songwriter since, well, Schubert.
Thanks.
The first question I'd like to ask you is, why is it you think that you're making such crap awful records at the moment?
Well, I don't think they're that bad, are they?
Oh, come on, they're dreadful. Gutless little ditties droning on about peace and brotherhood. I mean, crap, in a word.
Well, I wouldn't go quite
And
that.
what about these wretched duets you keep doing with, who is it, Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder? I mean, who's next, Joshua and Como? Is it? I suppose you're reading the news of Trevor McDonald next, will you?
Look, I don't think this is a very... I don't think this is a... Look, I admit it, I'm not Paul McCartney. All right? I'm sorry, Paul. If you're watching, I'm sorry. I can't answer for him. I think this item's gone on long enough. Next item,
Paul,
please.
Paul.
No, I think we just gone on long enough.
Paul. Paul, love. Perhaps if we did something less controversial.
Nothing about the music.
No.
You promise.
General things.
Nice things.
Nice, yeah. Paul, great. One question I know we'd all like to hear the answer to is, why do you insist on dragging your dreadful wife into the group? I mean, what an old bat. You've seen her, she sits there like death at the feast. I mean, God almighty, and what does she do? Bang a tambourine? Great, so does half the Salvation Army band. Dear, oh dear, okay, she's your wife. Big deal, but I mean, you don't see El Cordobase's missus chasing bulls around a bull ring, do you, after him? And you don't see Mavis Hoddle going up for a high ball in the penalty area, do you? I mean, quite frankly, Paul, she gets on my tit. Actually, the gentleman nodding behind me gets on your tit. Yeah, exactly. She gets on the communal tit, Paul.
It's gone on long enough, all right? It was a poor idea, this idea, okay? I'm sorry, Paul. If you're tuning in, Paul, I'm sorry. I think you're terrific, okay? And if you're watching, Linda, I think you're a super and charming lady, okay?
Bollocks. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul McCartney.
Well, Terry, our marathon runner here, been hard at it. You're still going there, Terry?
Yeah, I've got a nice steady pace, Jim.
Yeah. Now, Terry, you'll be doing this tomorrow morning, aren't you, as well? Yeah. Wouldn't you prefer to be doing something else on a Sunday morning, like, you know, lying in bed with your loved one, having a quick cup of coffee or something like that?
No.
Terry, how long have you got to go now, mate?
It's about 6 miles now, Jim.
Right. So you're not going to be finished by the end of the programme, then?
No, probably not. I've got a nice steady pace, Jim.
Yeah. You couldn't put a bit of a spurt on for us then, could you? No.
No, Jim, no. The secret of marathon running is to keep it nice and steady, flexible.
What's this here? Well, Terry didn't quite make it, did he? But a quick word for those of you who are taking part in the marathon tomorrow. Why?
The problem with television, right, is that it's run by middle-class moronic twats of the nouveau chinless school of master surf philosophy who run TV from a restaurant in Chelsea with the sole object of keeping the working class, or non-working classes after 5 years of touring kneecapping it now is, apathetic and morally castrated, which is why you are oppressed by millions of hours a week of frigging snooker, which is, of course, the ultimate capitalist, imperialist, allegorical propaganda. Isn't it? Well, you only have to consider the rules for a moment, don't you? First of all, you knock off all the reds one by one, then you round up the poor coloured bastards, and eventually there's only the white left on the table. I mean, what are you, blind or just stupid?
This party's a disaster.
Come on, calm down.
Don't tell me to calm down. He's going to throw up over the stereo now.
He just likes to enjoy himself.
He was sick in the cheese dip last time.
Well, nobody noticed, did they?
Why can't your friends keep anything down?
Here we go.
What do you mean, here we go?
Hey, the little lovebirds. I love you both. You know that too.
See what I mean?
Misery.
Here comes the stereotyping. I'm a misery just because you're...
Excuse me, have you got a cloth and some stuff for getting up organic stones?
Yes, just under there. You never paid us for that ruined duvet either.
Bloody ruined duvet.
Pay us for the bloody, for goodness sakes.
See, the thing is, you see.
I'm using that as an ashtray.
Tough. Get another one.
Yeah.
I'll go for a piss.
So, you know Dave?
No. No, I don't know Dave. I know Sarah. Do you know Sarah?
No.
Oh.
I know Dave.
I don't know Dave. Only Sarah and Tom.
Oh!
Oh, you know Tom?
No. I know Dave.
Come off it, Munchkin. I don't patronise you.
Oh, don't call me that.
It's just a bloody name, for God's sake.
Excuse me. Have you got a sort of sponge on the end of a stick?
How long is it?
Just long enough to reach your bedroom ceiling.
Yes, there's one through there.
Anyway, you call me lamb chop.
Well, that's different.
Oh, I see. Lamb chop's a term of respect, is it?
Dun 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 dun.
May you both rest in peace.
Dun dun.
So, what do you, do?
I'm a lab technician.
Oh.
What do you do?
I'm retaking my accountancy exams.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Hey, come here, you. Come here. It's the cracker. What's this?
I don't know.
The Jackson 5.
Who are the Jackson 5?
No idea.
Let's get this thing out, man.
Oh, sorry.
So, you work with computers?
No, I work with Dave.
I don't really know Dave.
I mean, I always take my time.
Take your time. Your idea of foreplay is taking your socks off.
Oh, all right. Well, give us a bit of your sausage roll.
I mean, perhaps if you didn't quite so patently lie back and think of England.
England? Rutland? No, you don't give me time to think of England.
I see.
Excuse me. Have you got something for an upset stomach?
Rennie's, Alka-Seltzer?
Well, I was thinking of more like a sort of really strong pump and bucket.
Under the stairs.
Cheers.
I'll play some.
Okay.
This is a funny thing.
Yeah.
Two Jacob's cream crackers.
2 cream crackers.
£1.
£1.
30 seconds.
No
Go on.
problem.
Hang on, Hank. Go on.
Sorry?
Oh, I didn't say anything.
I don't suppose you'd like to sleep with me?
No.
So, you know Dave?
Well, that's it.
Over. Excuse
over.
me, excuse me. Have you got a... out the back?
And another thing.
What?
It's not called Rutland anymore, it's Leicestershire. And it...
It's a really terrifically, amazingly terrific party. Thank you very much indeed. It's terrific.
You bastard! You've spat in Jacob's cream crackers on. So? That's my jacket. So? Come on, outside.
Okay, outside, outside. Okay.
You're going to come with me. Don't frighten the dark.
You stupid.
Thank you, lads. There's been a lot of news coverage, a lot of controversy recently about the Libyans, but I mean, let's face it. I mean, in my opinion, Colonel Gaddafi is one of the most...
Death to the infidel! Death to all enemies of Gaddafi! Death!
affable, good-looking blokes you could hope to meet. Very good to his mother, apparently. Superb cook. Morning.
Morning.
How do you like it done?
Pardon?
Any particular style?
No, just tidy around the back. Thank you. What are you doing?
I thought I saw a strand waving back to you.
Spit. Spit.
Oh.
On my head. Thing? Polish. Properly.
Take your hat off to the baldy, who is proud to be that way. He don't hide his crowning glory underneath no cheap toupee. Bring your head out of the closet, let your dome shine in the sun. Well, that wasn't painful, was it? Now your life has just begun. You can advertise Bacardi, you can lead the Labour Party, you can be on Russell Hardy, you can be a big smart arse. You can even win the World Cup with a head out of an egg cup. Though your top looks like your bottom, you want Oscars, then you've got 'em. There's no need to be embarrassed or ashamed. They've got baldies in the palace, name no names. If you're glad to be baldy, clap your head. If you're glad to be a baldy, clap your head. If you're glad to be a baldy, glad to be a baldy,
keep trying. Yeah, there's another one. Is this it? Is this?